That was a great interview, Jeff. Now finally, where can I find your website?
I don't have a website.
What?
I just never got around to making one.
You know what? I can't take you seriously with an attitude like that. I am extremely disappointed in you. To not have a website is irresponsible, lazy, you lack ambition. I mean, where's the vision?
Don't be like Jeff. Be responsible. Get out there and shine with a beautiful website by Web Orchard, where they will take care of all of your website needs. Go to theweborchard.com right now and get a beautiful website you deserve.
You know what? Get out.
Hi guys, and welcome to our 2024 coverage of Loopfest. I have blown my voice out because I'm not very well, so I sound kind of husky, but it's kind of cool. Fits the music scene. Let's play with it. It'll be fine. I've split this over two episodes, because not two episodes, two volumes, should I say. It's the same episode, volumes 1 and 2, day 1 and 2. Because last time I got a bit overwhelmed because I tried to do it all in one episode, one day. And it's a bit like, you know, when you overwhelm yourself with like jobs to do and you kind of collapse in on yourself. That's what I did last year. So this year, I thought I'd take my time. So today we're going to focus on a castle. We went to Frankville, in Frankville as well. And we go to St. Mary's. And we get to speak to some amazing artists. So you're in for a real treat, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you to Jimmy Kebab, of course, for inviting me along to this amazing event. And also to my man, James Warman. I see him out and about in events everywhere. We're close friends. He's done bits with me with the Biscuit before. He's a wonderful chap. And as we all know on the Shrewsbury Biscuit, I talk about it very often. Sometimes I get a bit socially anxious. All right, it usually happens before I go out to an event where I kind of panic. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't got a plan. Don't know what I'm going to do. Now, Jimmy being Jimmy, he's juggling chainsaws. He's doing a million things at the same time. So I couldn't get hold of him to be like, yo, what's the plan? So I very nearly didn't come. I spoke to James Warman, and within 5 minutes, he had everything sorted. He had my wristband. He had all the permissions I needed to go and do everything. So James, both of these volumes are dedicated to you, my friend. This genuinely wouldn't have happened, I don't think, if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for being you. And of course, I was inside my own head, because when I go to events like this, I am in my element. I'm speaking to creatives about the things they do, and this is what I do with the Shrewsbury Biscuit all the time. And I got to do it in such an amazing setting as well, going from venue to venue, speaking to this artist who does hip hop, and this one does ambience music, and these guys are rock band. It's what I do. So get out your own head, Whiteley. You can do this. Right, okay. Gonna get on with this episode. Wonderful, wonderful people we're going to speak to. I will pop in and out as we go from venue to venue. So I'll catch you guys. Let's go to the castle first, I think. Let's do this. Hi guys, I've literally just turned up at the castle for this year's coverage of Loopfest. We're doing the 2 days today over instead of the one, which means I can spread out my content. And I found my good friend who we just spoke to at Shrewsbury Comic Con. He's everywhere. It's James Warman. You all right?
Keep bumping into each other. Can't get rid of me, can you?
Well, wherever there's media and content being found, it's me and you just tend to be there.
Exactly. Yeah, we've got it covered between us. Yeah.
Huge effort though. Lots of content creators, photographers, people like me being part of Loopfest, and you being the experienced one. People come to you I've come to you for advice today. Like, are you taking a kind of a daddy role of all the photographers today?
Well, I wouldn't say that. There's a team of photographers, and they're all very experienced. Some more so than me. I just decided to be the guinea pig, the one that steps forward and says, "Look, I'll coordinate it."
Someone's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it, and so it fell to me. But yeah, we've got a good team of photographers covering it over the weekend.
This is a massive difference to last year. Last year it was raining. The stage was like a quarter of the size. I gotta say, at least a quarter of the size of the one we got now. We've got a proper stage here in the castle today.
It's a proper stage. I mean, the sound. We just heard a band on. Fantastic sound. The lighting rig looks amazing. It's going to look awesome tonight when it gets dark. So yeah, big improvement from last year.
Did you learn any lessons from last year that you're going to sort of impose this year?
Yeah, not to do too much. Last year I decided I thought I would try and cover every single venue. It was just impossible. I was here, there and everywhere. So this time I've been a bit more organised. Identified, what I've got to do is I've got to identify bands that I think will look good photographically, bands that I want to see, venues that are good to photograph at, as well as knowing that the organisers, there's certain venues they want covering. So having that mix, I've got a list. I'm already behind schedule, but I've got a list.
I've had to do the same. I mean, last year I kind of just thought I'd wing it, and that was the worst thing I did. I struggled last year. But the stuff we did last year was very, very well received. Lots of people really enjoyed the podcast. So people have been getting in touch with me. They want us, the great Leslie Band on Twitter. They were saying they want to do the interview, so we're going to go meet them. There's a couple of others as well we're going to go see. There's the freestyle rappers that we're going to go see at St Mary's later. I can't wait to see them. Great selection of musicians. I mean, the variety in the acts is just wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for live music. I mean, the town's really becoming like a hub for live music regionally. It's fantastic, and there's so many bands that I don't know, and I'm just eager to see today and tomorrow over the weekend.
It's going to be really, really good. Well, thank you for opening this up with me, James. I hope you have a great day.
I will. I'm just about to have my pizza, so...
you enjoy your pizza, my man, and I'm going to leave you be. Thank you for your help this morning. All right, cheers. Right, so I found the endings, who the last time I spoke to was at the Shropshire Virtual Show at the Cavalier Centre. It was one of the first shows we could do out of the pandemic. I don't know if do you remember this?
Yeah,
we all had boxes to stand in.
Yeah.
I've forgotten your names because my memory's not great. Do you want to reintroduce yourselves again?
I'm Paul.
Paul? Bob? Werner. Nice to meet you guys. Loop Festival, were you here last year?
No, we didn't. We were, unfortunately, we were already playing somewhere else, so, you know. It was on holiday, because they changed the date to May. I think it was it July or September last year, and they changed the date, so it was available this year. We couldn't do it last year or the year before.
Yeah, it's a great event to be a part of, though, isn't it?
Fantastic, yeah. Great setting.
Have you seen anything like this? I mean, I know you guys have been going for a while, but like something that stretches out a festival across different venues across the town.
I think it's Lawrence. Was it St Lawrence Festival in Derby Way? They do a similar thing to this.
Yeah.
Not as big as this, but they do a very similar thing like.
It seems to be quite a good method of doing things. Gets people walking around the town and making use of pubs and stuff.
Yeah, good for business, and the sun's come out.
Variety.
We always bring the sun out. You know, when we play, the sun comes out. Smile music.
Tempted fate now, and yeah, I mean, I remember being studying last year. The weather was exactly the same, and it just absolutely down for about 2 hours.
We were just talking to Manor Heights, and Jason just said that. He said,
I interviewed him just before the rain started.
And it rained. Yes, he just said that.
Yeah. It was my fault. I brought on the rain, obviously. Have you played, or are you just going on?
We finished, yeah.
Finished? How did it go?
You missed it.
Yeah, my wife just dropped me off. My wife's not very well, so she was like, rather than do the full day, can you just like look after me for a bit, and then I'll drop you off, so I can have a couple of beers.
Have you got one of our new CDs?
I haven't, no.
Well, we'll gift you one.
Oh, that'd be really nice. Thank you very much.
And you can listen to it on the way home.
Tell the listeners where they can listen to your music, where they can find you.
All major platforms, Spotify, Amazon Music, the lot. Have a listen, just put the endings in and the new album will pop up. Completely Pickled. The new album, Completely Pickled. Well, the last album.
Completely Pickled. Okay, so I can reminisce. A memory just popped into my head because during your set at the Cavalier Centre, and I think a string broke as well.
Oh, he's known for that.
And you masterfully changed a string mid-set and no one even realised.
I'm getting a lot of practice. Let's just say that. Over enthusiasm.
You did well today. You didn't break one.
No, I did. Did really well,
did
didn't I?
you?
No, I didn't. No, I said I did really well.
Yeah.
What do you guys learn from an event like this? When you see the younger musicians, the different types of variety, every time you come to something like this, do you actually learn something? Or you've been doing it that long now, you've seen it all before?
Oh, no, you're always learning. I mean, that last band, brilliant.
Yeah.
Young lads and girl. They were absolutely super. You're always learning, you know. And what we do like is original stuff. Listen to original music all the time. More original bands you listen to, the more educated you are, really.
Yeah.
You know, it educates you because you learn something off individuals, like all the time.
It's true. Brilliant. Well, listen, you guys are wonderful. I remember you guys from last time. Your music is fantastic. I think you're great people. So
Don't forget your CD. £10 now.
£10. Thanks for chatting to me, guys. Right, I'll just hit the record on the microphone. I found Tom from Nubian Twist.
Sure.
It's amazing. What I love about festivals like this is they bring so many new bands that we may not be aware of that are outside of town, maybe they're local, and you could be walking around now, we could be talking to musicians, you could be talking to artists that are taking part, maybe they come for part of the day, but you're from Nubian Twist. Tell us, how long has this been, you guys been going for?
I've been running it for about 15 years now.
Yes?
Yeah, quite some time.
And where have you guys travelled in from today?
We just came from Cheltenham Jazz Festival last night.
Wow, busy schedule for you then.
Yeah, we released our album yesterday, so it's
busy then.
Lots of gigs. We've got about 20 gigs this month. Yeah, it's pretty hectic.
What are your thoughts on Loopfest today then, as you come in?
Well, this is my first impressions. Beautiful sunny day, lovely atmosphere, free for the public to come and enjoy themselves. Lots of families running around. Perfect.
Great venue as well, in this castle.
It's stunning. It's really nice, isn't it? Do you like it, Zebby? You like
really
it?
like it?
You like it? This is my son, Zebedee. It's nice
To meet you. You're on the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, so obviously we'll release this at some time. But do you learn something every time you play an event like this? I mean, there's different venues spread out across the town. There's different artists, young and old, different genres. What's it like for a festival like this for you? Do you learn a lot?
Yeah, always. It's a constant learning curve, getting to watch other acts, the different cultures in town to town. It's one of the most fun things about performing live, not just writing music for yourself, is to see the reactions and get to see other musicians playing and meet the communities. So yeah, it's always learning for sure.
And are you always finding inspirations? I mean, I've spoken to musicians for the last few years and artists that get a lot of inspiration from each other. Do you get a little bit of that from this?
Absolutely. There's lots of collaborations on our album that we've just released, like Nile Rodgers and Sean Cootie, and that's all people that we've met through playing gigs, being on the same stages, and the people you meet often end up being people you work with. So
it's great to collaborate with someone rather than compete with them. I love that, the collaborative work.
I think music often has people that are very open-minded and up for doing that, and almost the bigger, more famous people I've ever worked with seem to be the most open to work with younger up-and-coming acts and keep that kind of humble attitude.
And before you, because you're playing later on, about 8:30, I think you said.
Yeah.
I'll be here definitely. Do you have to switch yourself on, or can you just go when it comes to performing on stage?
There's a bit of butterflies, but it's a 9-piece band most of the time. I think we're 8 today, so there's enough of us together that you kind of get on a bit of a collective energy and keep each other in the right state of mind for it. Yeah.
That's really, really good. And so you got a new album that's just released. Tell people the name. Where can they find it?
It's called Find Your Flame. You can get it in independent record stores. You can buy it from our website. And it's our 4th studio album.
That's
We're
wonderful.
super excited. Yeah, there's some great features on it. It's very dancey, very summery.
I love that. I love the sound of the energy of that. I can't wait to listen to you guys. I'm sorry I've never listened to you before, but
All good, man.
That's all part of Loopfest.
That's
the great thing about festival. Good luck with your set, and I can't wait to see you play.
Lovely
later.
to meet you. Thanks, mate. Take care.
You. Cheers. That's Nubian Twist. Thank you so much.
All right,
Cheers.
bud.
Well, I don't know if you remember me. Last time we did this, it absolutely. I'm going to bleep this out. Down. The moment we finished recording last year, Manor Heights. How are you both? You good?
Yeah, we're good. Thanks, man.
Very well, thank you. Very well.
You've been sound checking, sounding really good up there. Bigger stage this year, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
Monstrous amount of real estate. Yeah. It's actually a bit exposing up there, almost. You know.
Yeah, we've played on this stage a few times with the guys. So.
Yeah, I can hear you. My wife dropped me off at the train station. I can hear the stage loud and clear. You guys are going to be like across Shrewsbury when you play today.
Cool, man.
And we could say the sound design here is fantastic. You know, it's thanks to all the crew that we're able to bring this across in the medium of loud noises and sunny afternoons.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great venue, and it's made better for the weather and the hard work that's been put in as well from the team. How's your year been? I mean, you had a good year.
Yeah, it's been really exciting. Last time we spoke to you, we'd been in the studio, and we'd kind of sat on the recordings until it was time to release. But since then, we've released 2 singles. We've released
5.
Out of 5, yeah. So we've released Control Alt Delete and Hasta La Vista, both available on all streaming platforms. And yeah, so we've done a music video for Hasta La Vista. The next single's coming out I believe next month. So yeah, keep an eye out.
Wonderful. Are you learning a lot today from festivals, things like this? I mean, did you guys do the Shropshire Music Awards as well with Trademark Blood?
We did, yeah. We actually we came away with an award.
We did. We won Best Newcomer.
Which is ironic considering the band has probably nearly a century worth of experience.
That's amazing. I love that. But my point is, when you come to events like the Shropshire Music Awards, to Loop Festival, to maybe the Food Fest, whatever you guys do you guys learn every time you come to an event like this?
Yeah, absolutely. These things never ever go the same way twice.
Oh yeah. Murphy's Law incumbent, yeah.
But we're pretty much seasoned pros by this now, so whatever gets thrown at us, we can deal with. A nice sunny day at the beginning of May is very welcome.
Talk about real estate. Sunny weather has been like a rare bit of real estate we've had in this country at the moment. Like, it even rained yesterday when it was quite nice to start off with. Fingers crossed. Stay strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be okay for us under there, that's for sure.
I was chatting to the endings just, and they said that they spoke to you about last year, and you were like, as soon as we spoke to that biscuit guy, fucking pissed down the rain. Not speaking to him again this year.
And now the skies have just darkened, so
fingers crossed. I'm absolutely full of it, and it's not gonna rain.
Oh, we're pretty full of it too. Don't worry about that.
Well, good luck on your set. I know you smashed it last year. You guys are great at what you do. Again, for the listeners, just tell people where they can find you on social media.
So on social media, it's on all the usuals. So Facebook,
Twitter, formerly known as X, or the other way around.
Instagram, TikTok. We've even got a TikTok. So yeah, just go out and see what we're doing. We're doing a lot of content and releasing of bits and pieces. As that's the one these days. That's what you've got to do in order to
come
get
on there and say hi to us, ask any questions. We've got all the gig dates on there, links to where you can listen to our music. Yeah.
Have you been doing anything with Michaela and the Slopey mixtape? Have you been on that?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been on they've played us. They're big champions, both Simon and Michaela. Thanks a lot, guys, for your support.
Love those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've got a lot of passion about local music, and that's what you want from that sort of platform. They believe in local music, and as I say, we're very lucky to have been featured a few times, and so.
I was engineering to a point where I could say you've got a Slopey mixtape, you've got events like Loop Festival, you've got Oktoberfest as well, of course, and you've got Trademark Blood doing his thing. There's a bit of an evolution going on with music in Shropshire, isn't there, at the moment?
and long may it continue. Yeah, it's been a bit, barren, for want of the better word. But guys like Jamie and Dave at the Sheds, Michaela and Simon, all the organisers for things like this. Farmer Phil's going strong. There is a great live music scene in Shropshire, and these guys, yourself included, you're championing it, and we thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Have a great day, weekend, life, year. Hopefully, I'll see you before that. I'm going to be saying we should organise a few beers and a proper chat.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, no problem at all.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy.
And that is our coverage from the castle from Volume 1. But don't worry, guys, in Volume 2, we'll be back because we spent our day purely at the castle because I wanted to approach it as a family day out. So that's what we did for Volume 2. After I spoke to everyone who I spoke to at the castle, which is my plan, 3 or 4 interviews, stuck to the plan. Great. It's amazing what happens when you know what you're doing. I went to Frankville to speak to the great Leslie Band. I want to say thank you to Jim Salverson, a friend of mine from the podcast and radio world. We used to do voices for On the Left Side podcast. It was a wonderful show that I worked on years ago. And he noticed that the Great Leslie Band had reached out on Twitter or on X. I barely go on there, so I didn't see the notification. And they said, let's have a chat during Loopfest. So I read it. I thought, oh, this is great. And that's what we did. And that's what you got to look forward to in this next segment. Enjoy, guys. So I hot-footed it to Albert & Co. Frankville. They are the Fiends about to go on now. They're sound checking. And then there's the Great Leslie Band who reached out to me on Twitter wanting to have a chat with us. For a sound check, that was pretty awesome. My batteries died though. My batteries actually died. I don't know what happened. I charged them up and they wouldn't work, so I had to go and buy some new batteries. I thought I was going to have to go home, but I realised I can actually just go and buy them. Don't have to charge them. So we're up and running again. at Frankville and Frankville. Well, I'll try and get to speak to the Fiends. I also want to speak to the Great Leslie Band, so watch this space. Hit record. We're going. I'm Alex. I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast.
Okay.
Right? You're from the Fiends. What's your name?
My name is Ethan.
Ethan, that was incredible. It really was incredible. Because where are you guys from originally?
Swansea.
You come all the way from Swansea for this?
Yeah. 3-hour drive.
And this is an incredible venue. It's small though.
Yeah, but we like small venues. We love small venues. Yeah, small venues are amazing.
I've got some great pictures of you. This backdrop of the window. You look incredible. Really did. There's something like really 1994 sort of retro grunge about, and I mean this in a good way.
Yeah.
About your sound, and I absolutely love that. Is that something you're going? Is that like where you?
Yeah, we're all big fans of 90s 90s Britpop, sort of Radiohead and The Verve and Oasis and stuff like that. But we try and go for the more like shoegazy Britpop type of sound.
You got your own sound as well, though. That's so unique and so familiar at the same time, and I love that. And I got to say, your bassist is a freaking superhero.
No, the bassist from this man here is a superhero.
Oh yeah! Big shout out to yourself. Are you from another band playing today?
Yeah. The Great Leslie. We're playing after.
I'm interviewing you guys in a bit. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
On the Shrewsbury Biscuit. Yeah,
he's the saviour. That man is the saviour.
So the bassist string snapped, and the bassist from the Great Leslie Band ran up and grabbed the bass guitar.
Yeah.
And the bassist here, he switched guitars, an unfamiliar guitar, and then went to loosen the strap, and then you tightened it by accident. But you still did amazing. Well done.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Fuck, I've never panicked to a set so much in my life.
Yeah, well that's I wanted to come up to you and give you a hug afterwards. I was like, that's composure, man. That is composure, because you knocked it out the park.
Oh, it's composure on the outside. I have never myself so much.
How long have you guys been playing?
3 years now, 4 years. We got together during COVID and was practicing together, sort of messing around with things, and then our first gig was a year later, so 2021 we started like properly.
Is it going well? Because it should be, because you guys sound incredible.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's more about us having a good time. Like, we're enjoying playing everywhere, travelling, playing big gigs, small gigs. It's just great for us,
Brilliant. Where can people find you guys and follow you guys, watch you guys play?
Our Instagram is thefiends.uk. Our Facebook is The Fiends Official. And search up on YouTube, The Fiends. Our music videos and stuff will come up, so yeah.
You guys are freaking incredible. Thank you so much. No, so I'm Alex. I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, right? I found you guys we just watched The Fiends at Frankville. Yeah. Do you want to introduce you guys' names?
I'm Stephen.
Jeff.
Connor.
Tate.
Alex.
I'm an Alex too. So you guys have been around town, you've been enjoying Loopfest today?
Yeah, it's been alright. Yeah, we've seen a couple of bands and a couple of good artists, but you want that to us?
Where have you been before here? Just
you have to ask for the local.
Went to the OPO, which was really good. They had a great band in there performing, which was nice.
Wonderful. And where you guys?
Both the Spoons and then Hole in the Wall.
Spoons? No music playing in there. So it's Sky Sports, isn't it? Sky Sports News, right?
There was no Sky Sports and Spoons, but OPO was good. There was a band in there that proper. We walked in. They were raving at us right in front of us. They were loving it. We were loving them. They were loving us. It was beautiful.
What did you think of? What did you think of Fiends? Did you like them?
Go on, Alex.
Who were Beans?
Fiends. The Fiends.
Oh yeah, no, they were great. They were absolutely fantastic. Couldn't understand a word that they were saying, but
it's a small venue, and I feel like
music was great.
The guitar was flipping amazing, I must say.
The string snapped, and they had to swap guitars halfway through.
I say drums, mate. Drums was.
The drummer was unreal. You saw him; he just had so much passion.
Mate,
it was unreal.
Artist.
The fact that he's put a duvet in his drum set, you can't complain.
He's going to have a kip in there later. He's going to have a nap. Right, so where you guys going next?
We're going to Wheat Chief.
Wheat Chief!
This Wheat Chief?
Going to Wheat Chief!
Love the Wheat Chief!
Frankville, cheap old town.
Frankville, we see.
Yeah, and who are you going to see? Anybody who's there, or are you going to go see?
We've seen the lineup and we've seen the actors on Nets, and we can't wait to see them.
Brilliant, fantastic.
I can't remember the name, but they're bloody brilliant.
That's the whole point of this.
Exactly.
You learn new bands. These guys come all the way from Swansea, the Fiends.
Have they?
Now we know who they are.
Right, they've all come all the way from Swansea. Boy, give them a bit of credit.
We love the determination.
Have a great night, guys. Right, enjoy your night.
Have a nice evening.
I'm Alex. Hello.
Nice to meet you, Freddie.
Nice to meet you, Freddie. I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit.
Alfie.
Nice to meet you, Alfie. Yeah. Thank you for reaching out on Twitter just to say hello. Where you guys come from today?
London, yeah.
All the way from London to do this?
Yeah, to do 40 minutes here.
That's amazing.
We did it last year, and it was great fun, so I thought, why not do it again?
This is such a small but powerful venue, as you've just seen downstairs. I mean, the acoustics here alone are a bit of a balance between trying to get loud, not too loud, because it's a small venue.
Okay.
But it's a great small little place to play, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And I'm not sure if this is a chain, but I'm sure we've played in Albert & Co. somewhere before.
There's Albert's Shed around the corner.
That's the one we played.
And there's one in Southwater in Telford as well.
And the day before we did it at another Albert & Co. Where was that? Telford. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was great, and it's busy down there. Small venues, we like it,
Being down in London, obviously there's venues galore, I imagine, down in London. We come up to the Sticks here in Shropshire. Is it important for you guys down in London to have little venues like this for you guys to be able to go out?
Definitely, because the size of the venues, so like the last venue we did on our headline tour a couple of weeks back, tiny little venue, but it's such a renowned venue.
Yeah.
Amazing sound in there. It's only 100 capacity?
I think
120?
Yeah, something like that.
But we love a small venue in London.
One of my favourite stories was Green Day touring as Foxborough Hot Tubs as a false name band, so they can go and play small gigs like this without having all the hordes, because there's a different vibe to playing this as to playing like a festival or something.
Yeah, totally. The intimacy, it's almost like you can taste it in the air, really, because people are that close to you. Most places like this don't really even have a stage. You're just on the same level, so it is a different feel. When you're up on a big festival stage, you feel quite separate, but when it's intimate like this, you feel like they're really part of it.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And it's what it's all about. This is a DIY band. We want to get to know people, and as soon as you're on one of those big stages, people won't approach you really. And with this one, it's so much more intimate, and we can have a chat to people afterwards.
As soon as you spat on them, because you're so close.
Which I might have done.
You're bound together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
As soon as they got your sweat out all our owners.
Huge prop to you as well, the bassist, running down with your guitar to help out the Fiends there.
I've been there before, and I've not really had anyone to, jump in for me like that. So it's a nasty feeling.
It's an incredible transition as well, because the poor guy's guitar string snapped, and then they just went into elevator music mode while they switched guitars.
No, they did well. Good damage control.
Yeah, really, really, really good. How long have you guys been playing for? Have you guys been going long?
I joined probably about coming up to 3 years ago. Freddie joined shortly after I did. The band had been going for a year before
just
that,
over.
I guess.
Yeah, I joined just over 2 years ago, but the band's been going
since lockdown.
2020.
Exactly.
What is the standout show for you guys when you think about a show that
when we supported Franz Ferdinand in Manchester?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What a great band to support.
Yeah, definitely.
They're quietly just amazing, aren't they? I say quietly amazing because they are Franz Ferdinand amazing, but they kind of just they're part of the furniture. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it. They're just a household name, aren't they? And
absolutely.
They keep churning out new and great material.
Indie royalty as well.
And as people, they are incredibly humble. They're really nice people. Had a great chat afterwards, I must say that always makes me enjoy the music even more. I'm not sure about you guys, but if I know that the people are actually down to earth, genuinely enjoy what they do, then
definitely, because then you can have some sort of meaningful conversation about what they do, how they do it, and what they're trying to say. Which is always good. Not in as stringent as that conversation, but it's nice to when you meet someone and you do the same thing or you love the same thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I've interviewed hundreds of people from around the world for years. Been doing this for a long time, and when you meet, when as soon as you turn off the live dot, or you stop recording, and they become a bit of an arsehole, it kind of really spoils it a little bit.
Lots of people like that. You never know who you're going to meet. I met Morrissey once, and that was the worst experience of my life.
I can imagine. I've heard he can be a bit.
Grohl before that, and he was an amazing human being.
I just want to know what he smells like. Is that a weird thing to say about Dave Grohl?
Yeah. Sex.
He's one of my heroes, absolute heroes.
Kind of just smelled like a hero. No, very sweaty, to be honest, because they were rehearsing. It was at the Joint in King's Cross. And he was very like, as soon as I was like, "You're Dave Grohl," and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm a huge fan." And he literally gave me a hug, and it was like, "What the?"
I gave Kev Smith a hug once, and I was expecting to smell like Snoop Dogg, weed and that, but smell like incense. Weird, like he wasn't like as weedy as I thought he would be.
How do we smell?
You guys smell amazing. I don't go around sniffing people, by the way. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, all I can smell is whatever that monstrosity is.
Gravy and chips.
Gravy and chips. Where did you get that from?
Kebabi down there. It's great.
Oh, yeah. Lots of great food places to go. Are you guys sampling all the music around Shrewsbury, or have you just come here just for this one?
We're going for this one. We're probably going to stick around. We're not staying the night tonight.
No?
We should have been, to be honest.
Yeah,
the Fiends are. I was just chatting to them about that. So.
But one thing's for sure, we really love this town.
Yeah,
like Shrewsbury is so nice. Last time I came here,
I got horrifically ill, and I had to spend the whole time in the car, just to the point where we had to play.
Self-inflicted?
No, I had like a nasty case of tonsillitis. But
in that case, I feel sorry for you. If otherwise, I was going to give you grief for it.
Everyone was enjoying the town and everything like that.
Oh yeah, we had a great time.
Oh yeah, that's lovely.
Nubian,
just watching from the car window, just all them skipping past, laughing, and by the castle.
What I love about this is there are bands coming. I've been listening to you guys since we on Twitter since we met, and Fiends as well. They're a new band I've just met. Nubian Twist, I'd never met them before. And I was interviewing someone, and he came up to me, Tom from Nubian Twist, and he's like, "I'm from Nubian Twist," and I was like, "Oh, have you guys been going along?" Like they're absolute monster musicians wandering around Shrewsbury today. You might not know who they are, but they're in amongst the people.
I know the name. Just trying to think, I can't quite place the music.
But amazing to be able to walk around here and just be able to just brush shoulders with like amazing, creative people. You know, yeah, it's good. Anyway, listen, guys, best of luck with your set tonight. I know you're going to love it, and thanks for reaching out on Twitter. You know, it's nice to and
thanks, man.
Tell people where they can find you and follow you and.
Yep. So
at
the Great Leslie Band.
That's the one. At the Great Leslie Band on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook,
thegreatleslieband.com.
It's very us on YouTube as well.
We're also giving away free CDs. So if you go on any of our pages, you'll find a link or some kind of. No, you won't. You won't.
But we'll give you a link, and you can put it with your.
Yeah. Give me the link, guys. I'll put it on the read up.
So this is our signed Abbey Road album. So our live at Abbey Road album that we did.
Wonderful.
And you can have it for
free. I don't know
free.
whether I'm allowed to say that because of copyright. Am I allowed to use Abbey Road, or are they going to?
It's Abbey Lane. You did it on Abbey Lane.
They can come for us. What are they going to sue us for?
You played at our studio once.
There's a very famous studio in Abbey Road in London.
Maybe, I don't know. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for chatting to me, and I hope you have a great time.
Thank you.
A great venue, Frankville is. It's such a great music place. It's small, but it's just. I don't know. I feel like you feel the vibes of the music there. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah, great. That was wonderful. What a great time. And it's just amazing how like the waves of people would come. Like the place would. When I got there, it was relatively empty. I was really hot. I leaned against the bar. I was like, drink. And I got a drink. It was cool. And then it was just filled up for the Fiends and then emptied again. And then when the Great Leslie Band were just getting ready, it swelled up again with people. It was just amazing. And that's what Loopfest does. It's wonderful to see. Okay, so now we're going off to St. Mary's. Now, I did a bit of research about some of the bands that were taking part on the particular night that I was doing this. And I come across the Scribes, who are freestyle hip-hop artists who I love freestyle hip-hop. Love it. Hip-hop's been part of my life as far as I remember. So when I read that the Scribes were coming, never heard of them before, but I wanted to learn more. So I messaged them the day before. I was like, yo, we need to do an interview. And they were like, yes, please. So we are going off to St. Mary's now to find the Scribes amongst other wonderful people. So off we go.
That's a serious Zoom recorder. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, this has been following me around. We've had many adventures, me and this microphone. I'm with Cousin Kula now, who just played at St Mary's. I got some really, really amazing footage of these guys playing on Instagram. Can I introduce you guys?
Hello, I'm Doug from Cousin Kula.
Will?
Jordan.
And Joe.
Joe, and your colleague who's absent at the moment.
Colleague that is absent is Elliot.
Elliot. And is this, you guys are laughing like we're always waiting for our colleague.
Yeah, always waiting for our colleague Elliot.
Yeah, our co-worker.
You guys come up from Bristol today, right?
Yeah. We're actually on a tour, so we've just come from Manchester today.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
we played in Manchester last night and Leeds the night before. Yeah.
So was it a case that like Loopfest sort of just landed in the right sort of spot for you guys?
Yeah, we've actually got a very talented booking agent who books all the gigs in the right order. So, yeah, one our own Loopfest, Loop of the UK, just in the sort of northern leg, and then we're going to do a southern leg next week.
I confess, I just took a picture of your readout from the Loopfest. Hi, Elliot. Hello, we've just been discussing you.
Hi, how's it going?
Apparently I said that these guys were waiting for your colleague, and they were like, we're always waiting for our colleague, so I mean, you know, that's these guys. I was snitching on them.
Well, it was Will earlier, but...
No, I took a picture of the outtake from the programme. I loved it. I loved it so much I took a picture of it. It reads, with possibilities of jazz, the empathetic energy of club culture, and the sonic tapestries of psychedelia, to name but a few.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's well written.
It's an extract from an article that Clash magazine wrote about us, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what that's from.
It's poetic.
Yeah.
It's very poetic. I mean, I was looking at us thinking, if you could name a band in the most extravagant way.
Yeah. Do you reckon it sums us up?
Do you think it worked?
I think you guys are phenomenal. Like, those last couple of songs, like, I was, first couple of songs, I was rushing around looking for the other guys who I just interviewed, and I was kind of like, oh, where are they? I wasn't really paying attention. When I found them, and I was backstage, and I was listening to your last couple of songs, they really grabbed me. Like, I love lo-fi. Lo-fi music for me is what gets me thinking. It's what I work to. It's what I can work with. And I'm not saying you guys are just like lo-fi, because you're not, but that's those songs at the time with the flute going and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
You really grabbed me. So thank you.
Thanks.
Where did you guys begin?
In Bristol.
When?
When?
Yeah, when did you
so we put out our first EP in about 2017, followed by another one. And those are called Oodles and Strudels, which is like us kind of finding our feet, sort of working out what we wanted our sound to be, and then COVID hit and we put out our debut album in 2021, which was kind of a reflection of COVID and the sort of slowing down of things, and then we just put out our newest album this year.
I love there's something that I've been interviewing musicians for years. And one of the terms I like to use is when people are quietly powerful. And what I mean by that is, you guys are like, you're stopping time with the skills that you're doing right now. You're making it look so easy, and it seems timeless, but at the same time, you're absolutely slaying. I mean, I love that. You know, you guys are laughing, but I got some footage of some guy dancing like his last day of his life because of your music, and that's what it does to people. How long does it take to get to that point where you can play with that sort of resonance? I'm going to go to you.
A long time.
I wasn't expecting like 5 minutes. It was like a month in October.
I guess, yeah, I practice a lot, and I know we all do. So, yeah, just get your shedding in, you know, you'll get there.
They say it's 10,000 hours, don't they, to master an instrument?
10,000 hours.
Yeah, not that we're mastering anything, but that's
just two instruments here. Like, I mean, that's like 20,000 hours.
These guys make it look easy, don't they? I'm just here on the tubs, slapping.
I love that. Is this your first time at Loop Festival? Is this the first time you've
it? Yeah.
And what do you think of it? Looking at the programme, how insane it is. What are your thoughts about it? I'm going to go to you, because
It's amazing, yeah. The fact that they can put this all on for free, it's incredible. And then a couple of big acts as well. Apart from the castle, there's the headliners you have to pay for.
Beardy Man tomorrow night.
Beardy Man, Nubian Twist.
I love Beardy Man.
Dirty Moonshine, that'd be cool. Fortunately, we can't catch it, but yeah, we'd love to stick around and for the whole weekend because it's a great spot.
Would you come back to Shrewsbury just for the music vibe?
Just for the music?
Yeah.
That would be coming back to Loopfest though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we could do. I mean, there is a castle there to play
What
at.
are the venues? What do they? What fruits do they offer?
There's a few good venues. This is one of the things that I think Jamie's trying to prove with Loop Festival. We've got loads of great smaller venues, but we got the theatre there, which is your typical theatre, which a lot of towns have, but it's amazing because it's Shrewsbury, of course. I gotta say that. But I feel like if you make use of the smaller venues like they have done at Loop Festival, then you can make something special. So you don't need a huge venue, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of making sense in my head what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you need this. That's like the sort of big thing at the moment, isn't it? You need the small venues. You need to support them, otherwise, the bottom just falls out of the industry, and then 10 years you got no act. We've all come up. You're asking like how we got better, and there's a huge period there of like 10 years at least when we're sort of from
Playing
sort of 16 to onwards of just playing in small bars, like probably not very well. Until you get a bit better.
You've got to have that opportunity, though.
You've got to have it.
Yeah. That's the problem, though, because those venues aren't being funded, and then up and coming artists won't have that platform to cut their teeth like we have. Yeah.
Independence when it comes to places like these venues is very, very important. Where are you guys going next? You say you're on tour. Where are you going next?
Next date is London.
London?
Yeah, we're playing Jazz Cafe in Camden.
Thursday.
Yeah, so we've got a little bit of a interim.
This isn't going to go out for like 3 weeks, but I mean,
okay.
So that I just want to get a gauge of
played the Jazz Cafe last Friday.
You just played and you absolutely slapped, like you said.
We slayed.
Yeah. Where can people follow your stuff, because it is phenomenal?
Social media, like Spotify, if they want best ways to listen to music, Bandcamp, those kind of like streaming platforms.
Our gigs.
Go to the gigs.
Come to our gigs.
We're on all the streaming platforms, but we're most active on the socials on Instagram. So if you want to see what we're doing, like week on week rehearsals, that kind of thing, Instagram's where it's at.
There's a few little silly tidbits in there as well.
We're like silly tidbits. Playing in a church, though, I was looking on your social media. Church. It's a big place. Like it's a weird place to play. It's acoustically, it's brilliant. What are your thoughts of playing in a church with a bar in the corner?
Go to this guy.
Yeah, well, acoustically, it can be quite tricky with drums because drums can be quite echoey and stuff. But
the beatboxers in there are struggling a bit.
Again, the sound is big, like especially with the brass and stuff. Brass always sounds great in that space. So yeah, it's good fun. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for chatting to me, guys. You really absolutely rocked in there. People loved what you did. Thank you for stopping around to chat to me.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. My name's Alex. I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast.
Hi, Alex.
I'm just covering Loopfest
Hi,
today.
Alex. Biscuit.
The Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast.
What's a Shrewsbury Biscuit?
Gingerbread, right? No, that's
There is a Shrewsbury Biscuit. Shrewsbury Biscuit.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Is it better than
Best thing you'll ever listen to and taste. You know what I mean? Just saying. I just want to say, you absolutely excel at being positive. You breathe positivity. I was up in the pulpit there taking pictures and videos, watching you dance. I took a couple of videos because your dancing is phenomenal.
His footwork.
Anytime, I just love dancing, man. I love the music, I love the vibe. I like dancing in the church. When are you going to be able to do that?
And
drinking a beer in church. Yeah.
I was just talking to the next guys that were up, the Scribes, which are phenomenal, by the way, the Scribes Boombox. That there was an elderly gentleman at the bar in the church buying a beer, and I took a picture of him from behind because I thought that was such an interesting photo.
Yeah,
honestly.
But
also, can I just point out that we don't usually dress like this, but we decided that we were going to go into a charity shop and buy each other some really interesting accessories.
Wow.
I also have this.
Okay, so can I take a picture of you guys after this?
Yes, of course you
So I'm
can.
going to put the picture on Instagram, if that's okay. What's your names, by the way?
My name's Laura and he's
I'm Ryan.
So Laura and Ryan, and you both look
It is. Questionable.
I love the fact that you both tried to screw each other over, but you both look incredible. You look phenomenal. I was up at the I was so amazed by your dancing and your positivity because.
What's your name?
I'm Alex.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
I have been hauling ass today from one side of Shrewsbury to the other doing interviews.
It was his dancing that led us to meeting.
Were you guys at Frankville earlier? Over the other side of town, Frankville?
No, we've not been there yet.
Oh my god, I just loved you. I loved your presence. There was some guy on the dance floor just dancing with you. I think he was kind of... Let that bike go past. I think he was half taking the mick, but half enjoying your aura as well. Are you local? Are you guys local?
No, I'm from Manchester. He's from Nottingham.
Oh, right, so you come in just for Loopfest?
So we're in Market Drayton. We're staying there tonight, yesterday and tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we just thought, well, what's on nearby?
Basically,
Turns out there's Loopfest.
We wanted to stay somewhere cheap. Yeah. So we were like, where could we stay for £50 a night? We found a little bedsit above a pub in Market Drayton, which is £8.40 for 2 pints. What more could you want?
I'm loving everything about this story. You were
and then I just happened to Google what's in the local area and then figured out that there's a free music festival in Shrewsbury.
It's amazing. And we're coming back next year. 100% we're back next year.
Are you guys here tomorrow night as well?
Just tonight, I think. Yeah,
we've not made solid plans tomorrow.
Have you seen who's on tomorrow night?
No, we have not.
Beardy Man is on tomorrow night at the castle.
Beardy Man's on tomorrow at the castle.
Also,
at the castle.
Moonshine.
Yes.
Beardy Man. I keep mentioning it all for this podcast. I mentioned Beardy Man. He's one of my idols. Yeah. That guy can fill a whole orchestra with his voice. Honestly, it's phenomenal.
He's gonna love Dutty Moonshine though.
Yeah, Dutty Moonshine. I'm there.
Tell
me about your podcast. What is it?
So this started in 2018. This is because I moved to Shrewsbury, fell in love with the town. So I decided to find out about the town with my listeners. So I started speaking to local authors, artists and business owners, and 5 years later I'm still here doing the thing and I love it.
That's amazing.
I love it though.
What's it called?
The Shrewsbury Biscuit Podcast.
Shrewsbury Biscuit.
And
everything here is independent. So we got the bus from Market Drayton, we got off at the train station, straight into, a coffee shop that's independent, that, they do all their own things, it's not just like Costa or whatever. And then we went straight into a pub. It's not a Green King, it's a normal pub, like...
That's it. In Nottingham, everything is a corporation. Pretty much everything's part of a conglomerate. But here it's very different.
I'm from Manchester, which is even worse for it because Manchester's become like the capital of the
city. Yeah,
so it's like you go into Manchester city centre and it's just like corporation after corporation. And that is why we booked somewhere in Market Drayton. So we wanted like a little...
I love this. You wanted to be in the... Sorry, I don't normally swear on my podcast.
We wanted
you wanted to be in the Shire? You want literally...
the Shire! We wanted to go back to the Shire. Just somewhere like cute little village in the middle of nowhere. And then it just so happened that we booked somewhere half an hour away from Shrewsbury and free music festival.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, shout out Jamie to this amazing Loopfest. You've done a great job. I mean, because I'm in Shrewsbury, I don't look outside Shrewsbury, but to use all of the small venues throughout a town to create a festival rather than doing it in a big field somewhere is just...
Yes. Shout out though, we are coming back to Shrewsbury in August for Shrewsbury Folk Festival.
A big event, huge. That is one of the biggest folk festivals in the country.
I've been, I think, maybe 10 years ago, and I'm coming back this year.
Oh, interesting.
He's never been before, and favourite moment, camping next to the cowsheds.
The West Mid Showground is one of our jewels in Shropshire.
Also, after the main event is over, you get to go into, I think it's where like the playing fields are, and there's like an actual bar there with, walls and stuff. So if it's raining, you have actual walls and actual toilets, because I think it's a playing field, like cricket bar.
No idea.
That sort of thing.
I know nothing about
it. You play cricket?
I played cricket, but I don't know.
I played it once in school.
He likes to think he can play cricket.
playing cricket and being able to play cricket are two very different things.
Can I just say as well, I think it's really cool that you bought the LP, the vinyl.
These guys are class.
From Cousin Kula.
Whoever they are. We have like a record player, and we don't buy albums of like our favourite bands. We buy them of like the ones that we like see live. Yeah.
So support local bands, and also like when we're and we want to listen to some records, we'll listen to some stuff that we don't usually listen to.
I love that. See, me and my wife, we collect fridge magnets. That is a much better experience, though. I mean, a fridge magnet you can just look at. It's like, yeah, we went to Alton Towers once. Whereas this, you sit down, you put it on, and it plays, and you enjoy it. That's an experience all over again.
Yeah, and then like 3 times later, when you listen to it, it's just because we've been drunk every time we listen to it, and we've just scratched it.
I think there's thousands of people listening to this now that will relate to everything you just said. Well, guys, you are fantastic. Thank you for being so positive and being you. And I'll get that picture because I want people on Instagram to have a look at the outfits you guys have bought for each other from a charity shop. I love everything about this. I love everything about you guys. You guys are phenomenal.
Off the trot when I wreck the spot, I am more fresh than your dental floss. I got sprays that come off the top of my brain that shine so bright the front row don't need shades. Rave rappers spread like lip gloss. Off the tip top every time we rock hip hop. I got more lines than eyeliner. I couldn't shine brighter if I rock shit in highlighters. I got amazing chat to blaze on tracks. Come off the top like your baseball cap.
I found the Scribes who, after finding out who these guys are, I've gone down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
Yes, and find out all about you and some of the YouTube videos and what you guys do, and it's right in my ballpark. I love this. Two of the most influential people for me right now is Harry Mack and Beardy Man, who is playing at Loopfest. Genuinely, I'm not saying that. They came to, I was saying to yourself, they came together and they did like a set.
Yeah.
That just felt like the universe just come together, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So tell us about the Scribes. Where does it come from?
We're all Bristol boys. We've been going for a long old time now. We're a hip-hop act that specialises in festivals and kind of festival vibes. We go up and down the country. We're performing a lot live. And we're very proud of our live show. I think that's where our real kind of wheelhouse is performing live.
Yeah. Do you feed off that energy? Is it like an energy, like Harry Mack said, the energy exchange is true though, right? If I come up to you like, bullshit, like kind of like, I'll be asked, you're going to come up with the same energy. If I come up with you explosive.
Yeah, definitely. You got to give as much as you want to get, I think. I think there's, especially with hip hop, in some places, especially in festival scenes, people are a bit unsure at the start, and you've got to give a lot of energy, and then you get it back, and then you can feed off it once it's kind of built up. And that's what we, like I said, I think that's what we specialise in, is going in and turning people who aren't necessarily mad on hip hop into fans within sort of 30 minutes. That's our crux. That's our main thing.
So are we talking like freestyle? Or are we talking you've written down stuff? Or
Yeah. We do a lot of freestyle. We open, within the start of the show, we do a freestyle. We get everyone to hold something up in the air. We'll rap about whatever they hold up. Very Harry Mackish. I'm pretty sure he stole it off us, to be honest, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, very, very Harry Mackish. So we do that, and that's a nice icebreaker. It gets people in. Same with the beatboxing. It's a universal thing that people who aren't necessarily up to date on hip hop or necessarily bang into it as their favourite thing can still see the skill in a freestyle or a beatbox.
This is going to sound really controversial, and Harry Mack, if you're going to listen to this, I'm sorry, but one of my biggest disappointments was actually a Harry Mack gig. Because like it's stuff he does on YouTube is fire, like everybody loves that sort of stuff. But live, it was kind of like half of what I expected. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. In fact, Too Many Teas. Don't know if you know Too Many Teas.
Leon's,
they supported them. Yeah. And they blew. They were my my car players coming out.
We got Leon from Too Many Teas supporting us in Bristol on September 13th at the Attic. We did a track with them. They're great. They're cracking boys.
I would love to interview them guys because they're just brilliant, honestly. So what my point of that was, how do you go on stage and emulate what you can do on social media? Because it's not easy.
I think we prefer it. I think we find stage a lot more comfortable than social media, to be honest.
I like personally, I love to have that energy coming back from the crowd. That always inspires me to go like that extra like 10%, 5% that you can't get like just in your own bedroom. Like getting that live energy from the crowd is just such an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I feel you. When you're doing freestyle, can you like the F-ups and the mess-ups and the things that you may get wrong, can you emulate that into a bit of fun? Can you?
Yeah, I can. To be honest, we've been doing it such a long time now. It's very rare that there's like a massive stumble. So I think most of the time, if there is a stumble, thank you.
This freestyle's just too good. It just freestyles forever, and you know it's just endless.
I'll give you that $5 later. Thank you.
There's something about. I'm not a freestyle rapper, but I do a podcast with a guy I've never met for years. Tom Bruno, he's in Vermont, never met him, but he's like family to me, right? We've interviewed people from all around the world. We interviewed Carol Baskin, we interviewed, gosh, I can't remember. We've done people, but we know each other's like breaks.
Yeah.
How to like communicate without communicating, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like a symbiotic thing, right?
Yeah, I think the Scribes boombox is very symbiotic. It generates music off the cuff a lot of the time. There's a lot of improvisation in the sets with the beatboxing and the freestyling, and it comes together beautifully, hopefully, a lot of the time.
And there's a few different setups, there's a few different beatboxes we use, so we all constantly have to be on our toes and be like, what's this guy doing, what's his trick, I need to be able to chip in with that one, that's different to what I did last week, so that keeps it really exciting and really live for the crowds that's watching us as well.
Is it a really handy party trick, not a party trick, you guys tell me, but performing monkey style, go on, do a rap for, you know, when people say, oh, I'm a comedian, they say, oh, go on, tell us a joke then, you know what I mean? Is it good for you to do that? I mean, or do you like hate
Personally, I love it, yeah. Whenever someone asks me to beatbox, I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to have some fun now.
Boys.
All right. Yeah, I think there's some beatboxers that don't like it, but I'm a silly performer. I love just being like, getting in front of people and like making silly noises. It's where my heart is.
I think you can go to anybody that does like Bill Hader or someone that does voices and things for a living and go on, do a German accent for us then. And ultimately, like anybody could sort of stumble on that. Do you know what I mean? It's really hard to just perform like that. You know? Yeah. So, have you been to Loop? Did you come to Loopfest last year? Or is this your first year?
No, first year here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible here, isn't it?
It's incredible. I said to you on Facebook, the acoustics here are phenomenal. You're going to have so much fun with
Beautiful venue. I'm really excited about drinking and swearing in a church. That's something that I've been looking forward to for the last month or so. It feels really surreal.
Well, they've got the bar in the corner, haven't they? And they've got this amazing picture. I'll show you when we finish this.
Yeah.
Of an older gentleman stood at a bar in a church ordering his drink. I took a picture and I was like, can I please share this on social media?
Dog collar on. On the pole.
The world's changing. The world's changing, but what I love about the world changing is like when it comes to raw hip hop and talking about your feelings and your emotions, that thing is very it's intimate, right? That'll never change.
Yeah, I think hip hop as a platform, there's a lot of space in hip hop and in a rap to express anything you want. And I think that's been a big part of hip hop over the years, particularly hip hop we've enjoyed, is the ability to put anything you want into it, because there's so much space with the amount of lyrics you have in a hip hop song relative to other songs, just the amount of words you basically have to do. So you can do a narrative in a hip hop song and it can have like 5 chapters, do you know what I mean? Because it's constant pretty much for a verse at least. I think it's a big part of hip hop and a big part of it being such a global phenomenon and such a worldwide thing is one, it's not expensive to do. It's a bit like football. It's an easy thing to do. Not easy, but it's something everyone can pick up. If you've got a pad and a pen and access to something with a rhythm, you can sit and write a rap. Same with football. You can pick up a football between 22 of you and play football. And that's why they span so globally. And it's lovely that it's also got the layer of being able to express yourself and your area and whatever you're about and whatever you want to be about and whatever you want to talk about, you know?
Big art form, big passion as well. Like for us to get to where we are, we put in, you know, show after show after show after show, practicing. Yeah, we meet up all the time and practice, don't we?
And one last question: what's better, when you're really, really happy and everything's going well, or when you're off. What gets the better performance out of you?
I think I prefer it myself when there's a bit of a challenge and you got to win people over. Like, it's wonderful. It's like a wonderful day if we're doing like a big old festival, a big old stage, and there's so many people there. They're exciting themselves. It's nice and it's brilliant. It's easy to feed off the energy and it's great. But I like the feeling of accomplishment you get with a bit of a challenge, a bit of a like, okay, we'll pull people in, we'll turn people around, we'll do that.
Where we've got like, do you remember the Glastonbury show? And we had like 3 people in the tent, and it ended up like 3,000 in the end. They just happened to be walking past. Like, it is a challenge, it can be, but like you said, it feels more like worth it when you bring them in and then you give them a good show.
Well, I think a good, clean hip hop. If someone's on the streets and they're rapping, it brings people in. It's great.
Yeah.
But listen, I know you guys got to set up, so tell people where they can find you, where they can listen to you.
We are the Scribes Boombox. You can check us out, facebook.com/Scribes Music, Instagram @The Scribes, TikTok @Scribes Music. We're going to be back in Shrewsbury at the Albert Shed on October the 25th. And hopefully Loopfest is going to be banging. It's a beautiful venue. And make sure you support Loopfest.
Amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
No, it's all, man.
And that's the end of Volume 1 of Loopfest. What a great day that was. Living that back by listening back to that audio, which by now, at this point, it was a couple of weeks ago, it's just a great way to remember things, you know. It's as an audio photograph, an audio magazine, or, you know, it's one of those things that will be, you know, immortalized by being on this podcast, and I'm very proud to have done that. So what a great day. Thank you so much to everybody that I've spoken to on this episode. Right, if you've got a bit of time, flip over to Volume 2 now, which is going to be our second day at Loopfest. Real great interviews, and the one I've been waiting for, an interview with the one and only Beardy Man. So make sure you flip over to Volume 2. Loopfest was fantastic. I know that the 24-hour flash sale of the wristbands for next year's event has been and gone, but please support Loopfest for next year. If you can get a wristband, if you can buy a ticket for something, if you can buy some merch, if there's any way you can support this thing to grow the way it has been, please do it. If you couldn't go for this year or last year and you're on the fence about it, like, it brought so much positivity to the town. It really did. So it was an amazing effort, a sterling effort from everybody involved. So if you were involved in Loopfest in any way, thank you so much for making this thing happen, because I really do feel like it will help energize the town, the musicians in Shropshire, and, you know, we heard from musicians from Swansea, from Bristol, from London. There are people coming into the town and helping generate that little bit of a buzz that will inspire musicians locally. So that's what it's all about. And if this is your first time listening to the Shrewsbury Biscuit, please give us a follow on social media. It really does help. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. Yeah, we do a bit on Twitter, as I mentioned earlier. But give us a follow wherever you are. Okay, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys at Volume 2. Peace out.